men are like above women.
They are.
And it's
superior.
The truth. Like, it's just.
What do you mean by above women?
I don't mean like, oh, they're like better or whatever. Like, there's qualities women have that are better than men. There's qualities men have that are, but men are stronger, faster, you know, the stereotypical, and then women are more of the nurturer, the, you know.
Well, they're supposed to be, but that's died out
but
too.
That's the black, and that's like the very essence of the core.
Women should not be presidents. Women should not be in positions of leadership because we think emotionally. We do not think rationally, logically. Maybe not leadership, but extreme leadership. I'm sorry, I said it. We are too emotional. We are meant to nurture, love, and care for our children and for our God, our partner. We are not meant to be in a place where you have to make critical, logical decisions that could affect the planet.
But you stated earlier that we're talking about transactional relationships. If you don't mind me asking, when you vet a man that you expect is supposed to lead you and take care of you and your kids, what are the traits or qualities that you look for to qualify him?
Yeah. I'm looking for a person who is emotionally stable, emotionally intelligent, who has interesting conversations with me, who cares to get to know me and I care to get to know them, who has things in common that can make our time together playful and, you know, exciting and nice to be around. Somebody that there's like mutual attraction between the two of them, right? I have children. And so it's not as though I can just sit at home and not work, right? Like,
right. But what is he
it's interesting that we don't
for the conversation and whatever you said. What does he get in return?
The same.
So isn't that considered transactional?
Supporting each other as human beings and not considering it in terms of what I can take from you is not transactional.
So if he didn't those traits and qualities that you said is the requirement.
Those are not things that I'm seeking.
Qualify him to be the leader of you and your kids in the household.
Those traits are not things that I want from him. Those are not things that I'm taking from him. That's who he is as a person.
What I was asking you, how were you able to qualify this man to be a leader of your and head of your household and run your family with you and your children? What are the qualifiers?
The qualifiers relate to who he is as a person, not what he gives me.
And if he don't give you those things, he cannot
give me what?
If he don't qualify, if he don't meet those qualifiers, you said those things that he give to you, he can't be considered to be the head of your household and lead you and the family.
If a person meets those qualifiers, if they have those characteristics, that means that that's a person who, you know, I can resonate with. That's a person who I'm attracted to. It has to do with who that person is, not what that person gives me.
I understand that. I'm saying like, if he has it, he's good. He can be the head. He can lead you. He can take you as his wife and your kids. But if he don't, he can't, right?
I have to respect and care for and be attracted to a person that I want to have as a partner. Yes.
It's a yes or no.
I get the point that we're getting to though, and I don't think that my point supports it. That's all.
Well, Bruiser, can I try?
Go ahead, brother.
So, when you're in a relationship with a man, is he the leader, or are you the leader, or are you both the leaders?
I would say it should be a mutual partnership, and I think that it should depend on what area you're talking about.
I'm not asking you about if it's a mutual partnership. I'm asking you about the word leader.
For all my gentlemen that desire to be leaders in relationship, maybe a little advice. Consult her first. You ask questions, and she won't have to question you. If she was consulted when the plan was being created, she don't gotta ask a bunch of questions about how the shit being executed, you feel me? She already know her, and I'm not talking about for my me macho, like for y'all, I'm not talking about giving up your leadership and all that. I'm talking about sitting your lady down when you putting the blueprints together. Okay, where did you say you wanted the bathroom? All right, big bet. How did you say you wanted it built out? Fine. This is where my man cave is going. We have no questions there. You said you wanted a hobby room over here. That way, when construction is going on and it's messy, when don't quite look right, she already know why y'all going through the storm. She already know why it's a pile of shit over there. She already know why things ain't quite. But bruh, it's so much work that you can do on the front end to not be questioned as a leader, because ultimately the duty of a leader is to serve those that they are leading. You are not leading in the direction that you want to go. You're moving in the direction that the herd is supposed to go. That's your duty as a leader. Question your lady. I promise the more questions you got her, the less shit she gonna have to say to you.
Are you the leader? Is he the leader? Are you both the leader, or are there no leader?
I guess both in different areas, right? We all have our realms.
No, ma'am. No. Listen. I'm not asking you, are you better in certain areas of a relationship? Do you take the lead in certain areas of your relationship? I'm asking you, is he the leader? Are you the leader? Are you both the leader? Or is there no leader?
What's the leader do?
She already said both. So let's go with that answer.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I'm assuming that
y'all, she didn't say both. Y'all do understand leader is a defined title. That means that person has veto power. That means that person dictates the term, the direction, the balance. That person sets the tone and the stage. If they're,
But you both could be leaders. You both could be. You could both.
No such thing as you both can be leaders.
Don't you have to go to your wife? I don't know if you're married, but you would have to go to your wife with certain situations to see what she says about a certain decision. So
hold on, let me clean this up. Let me clean this up really quick. Let me clean this up.
Husband still leads.
Wait.
He still leads, but you can be a leader as well.
All right. Yeah, I just want to get this point out. When we talking about relationships, her ideology is that she's gonna have a partner and they both gonna be equal. The problem that as the men we're running into is you got a business and one person wants to go left and another person wants to go right. Either you both go left, you both go right, or you separate. And 9 times out of 10, if there's no dominant male or dominant personality within that relationship, they'll both be at each other's throat vying for who is in charge and who leads. And this is why you see a whole lot of conflict with their relationships, because there's a power struggle going on. When there is a clearly defined power structure within a relationship, that back and forth doesn't occur and they can exist in harmony. If you got a boss to tell you, hey, we're gonna go left, right, straight, and you do that and execute, y'all can move forward knowing that y'all both on the same plane. If every step of the way you like, no, I want it to go this way, I want it to go that way, you'll mess that up. He'll either get frustrated or you'll get frustrated, think you know better than him, and y'all will separate. It won't make for a good long-term relationship because it's going to be a consistent fight for who is in charge, because you can't clearly identify that, hey, yeah, this is my man and I'm following behind him.
So if you disagree on something, why is the only option that either one person dominates or you split? Why is
that's not what he said. But you got to have somebody who's going to, okay, you have children, right, Aria? So if you get in this relationship with your new partner, great guy, he fits the bill, what you're looking for, there's going to come a time where you guys disagree on a decision that needs to be made, right? Let's say the decision that needs to be made involves your children, that are not his children. Who has veto power in that decision, you or him?
I think that if you both live in a household and you both are trying to create an ecosystem of a household, let me finish. So you're both trying to live and create an ecosystem in a household. The conversations need to be had. And the conversations don't necessarily include one person vetoing or deciding above the other person. That conversation should be, I respect you, you respect me. How can we come to an agreement that benefits or that is acceptable to both of us?
I agree, but I didn't create a scenario where y'all lived in the same household. I just said you have a partner, right? Mm-hmm. Because when you meet a guy, are you going to move in with him the day you meet him? No. So you guys are going to be in a courtship, relationship, partnership, whatever you call it. And at some point, There may be a situation that arises involving your children, and y'all may have difference of opinion on how it should be resolved.
What's the situation?
Just anything. It doesn't have to be major. It can be minor. It's just a
Give an
decision.
example.
I don't know. One of your kid did something at school, and your significant other thinks the kid should be punished, and you think it's not that big of a deal. It was a total misunderstanding. He's like, yeah, it's a misunderstanding. I still believe that the kid should be punished. We should take this away from the kid. Whatever decision is, whatever his idea is, you think it's far too extreme. But he's not, he doesn't live with you. He doesn't pay your bills. He doesn't do anything. But you're talking to him on the phone as you would about the incident that happened at the school. And he gave his 2 cents about what he think you should do.
I know you to be difficult because you are combative for no reason. You sit in the passenger seat and you constantly reach for the steering wheel, even in situations to where I'm not putting the car or us at risk, just because it's your natural instinct to be superwoman, as you've seen your mother grow up to be. Mm-hmm. And that's what I mean by being destructive to the relationship, because there's only so many times I'm going to let you reach for my steering wheel before I just park the car, get the fuck out, and catch Uber to somewhere else.
Just give me a fucking guideline, a fucking roadmap or something to calm me down. You're making me fucking have anxiety because I'm used to having to manage my own life. It's hard for me as a woman that has had no choice but to lead myself to just be like, okay, I'm just gonna ride in this passenger seat. Hold on, nigga, where you going? Because you didn't tell me where we going. All we ask for as women is just give me a little roadmap.
If I love and respect a man, I would take his opinion. But yeah, if you don't live in my household, you're not creating an ecosystem with me, then it's not really your decision.
So it's you will have veto power, right?
I mean, I guess. Sure.
I mean, what do you mean you guess?
I don't really understand what you mean by
veto power. Let me explain. Veto power is he says, I think the kid should be punished. You don't agree with him. He's not in your ecosystem. So you say, I'm going to do what I figured is best for my child, because that makes you have veto power. In other words, he wanted to make a decision. He brought the decision to you. He could have made that decision, but then you said, no, we're going this way. That's veto power. Ultimately, you get to say, I'm not taking your decision. I'm going to make my own.
Mm-hmm.
So essentially, in that particular scenario, you would have veto power over any decision that he would try to make over you and your child's life.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Was there a point that you were trying to get to with this, Will? Now that we understand what veto power and everything means.
Yes. So fast forward, and you guys are now in a relationship, in the same household, married. He's a great husband to you, great father to them. I'm not going to say stepfather. He's a great father to them. Another scenario arises. You guys don't see eye to eye on it. Ultimately, you strongly believe in going left. He strongly believes in going right. This is a great guy, great to you, great to your kids. Will his decision to go right trump your decision to go left? Or would he forever have to always compromise with you and talk with you and come to a conclusion with you? Or does he have the ability to just say, this is where we're going, end of discussion?
Nah, it's about communication. He got to come to
Not
it.
you. Huh?
It depends. I don't know. You don't like that. You want like a
I don't. You're not my woman.
Let's roll with this. Let's roll with this.
Me liking it.
Let's roll with
this. It depends, right? Like, so if it's an area that he excels at and that he, has the strengths in, then I'm more likely to take that as I don't know, being informed and probably the right decision.
So let's make it.
Other things might be me on that. And then, yes, when you're like, do they always have to talk to you if you disagree? Like, yeah, that's how a relationship works. You got to talk to each other.
Let's make it an area where you're strong at and he's not.
Mm-hmm.
And he says, no, we need to go this way.
We will talk to each other.
And what if he doesn't compromise? What if he's he won't budge. Can he say no? This is the direction we're going.
He can say that, but then they'll get divorced. They'll
right.
end up divorced.
So the reason why I'm getting, and I'll shut up after this. The point I'm making in all of this is he's not the leader, because leaders reserve the right to delegate, to allow you to take lead in areas where you're strong at, and you as a follower have to allow the leader to make a mistake. You have to allow the leader to be wrong. You have to allow the leader to make a mistake by saying, this is the direction we're going, and that not be his strong suit, but he believes in it and he's ultimately wrong. But because you ladies don't see that as a viable option where a man can be wrong, giving the man the space to make a mistake, something you know is wrong, something you like, this is not the right decision, but say, you know what? I trust him, and I want him to maintain confidence that I trust him. I want him to maintain confidence that I'll follow him. I'm going to make him aware that I think is wrong. I don't think you should just follow him blindly and not tell him that it's wrong. I think you should definitely make him aware. I don't think this is what we should do, but because you're adamant about it and you clearly aren't going to change your mind, let's do it. And then if it fails, and then you guys have a conversation about it.